everybody, welcome to another episode of Invicta Specs with yours truly, John the Phone Guy. Today we have the Invicta Lupah Dragon Heritage. So this is going to be the Heritage Collection with the Selitta SW200 and everything. So that's going to be today's watch. And of course, shout out to InvictaVets as always. And with that, let's jump over and check it out on the bench. And here we are on the bench. So we have the Invicta Lupah Dragon in the Heritage Collection. And this is model 32370. This happens to be number 14 of 300. This is a Swiss movement classification. Of course, with all of the COVID issues and everything going around. Sorry, a whole bunch of fingerprints on here. Let me clean this up for a second. Getting a full Swiss made is kind of difficult right now, but still a beautiful watch. The movement and everything is still the Selitta SW200. This is a 44.5 millimeter watch. It's a 10 atmosphere, 100 meter or 330 feet. This is a flame fusion crystal, and it does have the white mother of pearl. Of course, on the Selitta movement, it is a 26 joule, 28,800 vibrations per hour, or 8 steps a second. The power reserve on this is around 38 hours fully wound, and the standard deviation is plus or minus 4 seconds per day. The diamond count on this is 11, because as you can see, the number 3 spot is covered by the date window, just because of the case dimensions on here. The diamonds are all good quality white diamonds, 0.9 millimeter in size. And with that, let's kind of just take a look around at this. So we have the updated dual deployment butterfly. I really love the way this one works. The slight drawback, and I'll be upfront with everybody, is sometimes when you're taking links in and out to get the sizing right, sometimes it's going to be just a little bit off, either a little too snug or just a little bit loose, but then that all depends on your impression of how snug or loose you wear your watch. So just as a note, because you don't have your traditional clasp with your micro adjusters, that is a little bit of a drawback, but I think the advantages of it, to me personally, kind of outweigh it. So let's get in here on the back of this thing and some of the detail. Of course, you can see flame fusion crystal and the limited edition stainless steel, the water resistance, of course, AL signature on the back, and got the rotor down here for the 200 and all of that. So just a very nice, clean case back exhibition, so you can kind of see all of the inner workings, which I think is really nice. And so with that, let's set this guy down for a second, and let's jump over to the microscope and take a look at some of the details. So here we are under the microscope, and let's take a look at this thing. Of course, first thing that really jumps out is just how beautiful this mother of pearl is. I'm trying to get a little bit of the light to see the colors, but it's just truly stunning. Of course, we have the let me zoom in here a little bit, and we've got the little diamonds here. Sorry, let me focus here if I can. At the hour markers, of course, you got your little cushion case going around it and everything. Of course, we've got the date window over here, and you've got a little bit of lume on the hour and minute hand. Of course, we've got the Invicta Reserve logo coming across here, and all of that. Of course, got the Swiss movement, because this is the Selitta SW200, and of course, the limited edition Invicta Reserve. Back this guy out here, and all of that. Water resistance at 100 meters. Of course, this is you've got your non-screw down crown, which is probably why it's only at 100 meters. But just a beautiful looking watch. Let's kind of flip this guy. Of course, you can see all the information on the diamonds and some of the movement in here. Of course, we've got AL signature, flame fusion, and all of that. Of course, even just the dial detail, or the metalwork detail on the class that you just don't even see. And of course, you've got your dual deployments here for just a really clean look when you're wearing it. So, and I love just these little touches. Of course, this is the silver rose, so you got the rose and this just a little bit of like rubberized for a little bit of grip and everything. Of course, the rose color going around, but just what I enjoy a lot is just a very clean, simple dial. I think sometimes, especially with beautiful materials like the golds and the diamonds and this mother of pearl, it just really helps set it off, spectacularly. So, but with that, let's jump back to the bench and finish this guy out. And here we are back from the microscope. So let's go ahead and throw some calipers on this. So my first one is I like to do, even though traditionally it's not necessarily done. So 10-4, I get 46.2. I'm going to give a few more numbers because of the differences here. So from east to west, it's 44.6. If you want to go with the crown, I get 50.5. The top to bottom, let's go right here along, right at the lug. So I get 55.6. The thickness on this with the dome and everything, 19.7. The lug on this, let's go right down here, I get 28.5. Bracelet width is 22.8. The link thickness, I get 4.3. And on the span from lug to lug, I'm kind of right about there. So I get 53.4 on that. So let's grab the scale real quick. And we're in grams. So we're at 215 grams. And 0 out on ounces. And we're at 7.5 ounces. So, being the size of this watch, it's not bad. There's enough weight that you get a good feel for it. I think it's just a very beautiful watch. That being said, I'll throw it on my wrist. I have about a 7-inch wrist, so you can kind of look at it, perspective on me. I generally wear mine a little bit loose, so for me, this is just about perfect. But, others can, wear it as well. I will say the way that the taper is not very obtuse, like a Venom where you really get a really hard line, or like a Lupah Revolution has a lot more curvature. I would say this is going to fit a lot more wrist sizes. So I'd say we're probably in the 8.5 at least. So with that, we'll kind of set this guy here. And so I don't know why it wants to glare on me. So I apologize. Let me just do this here, and we'll kind of hold it so you get let's get a better view right here without all this light hitting me. See if we can figure out a good spot here. All right, That's not too bad. So with that, want to give a few shout outs to Instagram and YouTube friends. And we'll give a shout out to Smitten by Invicta on Instagram, Invicta Watches and Women's Fashion, and of course YouTube sensations Trap Vision 3D and the Lifestyle page talking about all things collecting and family, and of course Tommy Big Time focusing on bracelet sizing and battery changes and everything Invicta. D&Q chronicling travel and food and fun. Tony Woe, Christian rapper, and his music and life perspective. And of course, we do the majority of our shopping on ShopHQ, Bulldog, and of course, Invictastores.com. Great source. Facebook, a lot of friends out there. So many groups, it's hard to narrow it down. Being a vet, InvictaVets is probably the one closest to my heart from that standpoint. So I kind of lean towards that. But there's plenty of groups for all kinds of either regional or by different things you like or whatever. But a ton of information and a lot of good camaraderie around collecting Invicta watches, and the community and family that has been built up around it is just amazing. So with that, I will jump off here, and I'll see you in a second to finish out the video. So hey everybody, I wanted to close out the video by saying thank you for watching. I appreciate all the views and the comments, and it really means a lot. And with that, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button over here. And I've also included a couple other video playlists over here and here to take a look at that you may be interested in. And with that, I say enjoy your Invicta watches, and I hope to see you next time on Invicta Specs. Take care.